Bad debt versus good debt. How do you hack the financing strategies of the biggest companies in the world like Apple, Amazon, and Walmart to achieve rapid growth for your business? Look, debt itself has a bad connotation sometimes. Some people think of debt as a bad thing, but there's a huge difference between good debt and bad debt. And right now I want to break it down because it's a difference between a business failing and reaching exponential levels of success. Let's dive in. We got a lot to cover. All right, so how do the biggest companies in the world become the biggest companies in the world? The answer is really simple. OPM, baby, other people's money. Look, the biggest companies that are out there know how to leverage good debt to be able to grow their business. This is why Apple, for example, sits on over $130 billion in cash at any given time, but they have $100 billion in debt. Now, a Dave Ramsey steward of the world would say, Apple, I know what to do. Just pay off the debt with the cash you have. But if they did that, they wouldn't be the most valuable company in the world. You see, they're using a strategy you should be using to be able to get financing for your business. And it's about tapping into good debt to be able to exponentially grow your company. All right, so what's the difference between good debt and bad debt? Well, when it comes to bad debt is debt that's working against you. It's paying too high of interest rates, or it's getting financing for long-term assets, things you should be financing over long term, but you're financing them over a short term, or it's spending your money on things that aren't going to make you money, right? It's taking on expenses without getting a return from what you're doing. These are all examples of bad debt, things you want to avoid, where you don't want to go borrow money to get in those situations, especially in situations where you're over leveraging yourself. Now, let's look at good debt. Good debt has additional benefits it's providing you. So good debt examples are when you're getting a credit line to have available to take advantage of opportunities. Maybe just by having a credit line, you have an opportunity to acquire a new business to be able to double the size of yours, or you're testing a marketing campaign that's really successful, and good debt allows you to then take that to scale. So these are opportunities where you're investing money and achieving even higher revenues, even higher profit because of the money that you're actually investing. Now, another example of additional benefits is points. It's rewards. It's where you're using financing where you could actually probably pay cash, but in using those credit cards, for example, to pay the bill, you actually get additional rewards, additional benefits, additional perks. So I'll give you an example. One of the guys that I coach actually pays his payroll on a credit card. Now, why does he do that? Because the points he earns on that credit card alone pays for all of his vacations throughout the year for his family. So he's spending money like he normally would, but because he's using it on credit cards and acquiring points, he's able to take all those points and pay for multiple worldly vacations. So these are common examples of good debt where you're using the money to be able to get additional benefits and to be able to use as leverage to be able to grow your business. Now, this is what the biggest companies in the world are doing. You see, they're keeping their cash for things they need cash for, and they're taking on good debt for the other things. So let's look at Apple as an example. The reason Apple has debt is Apple is taking on debt for acquiring the actual services, the products they need to actually build their products. They can outsource that. They can get other people to actually take on credit lines to be able to do that stuff for them. Then they keep their cash to be able to do R&D, right? To be able to create new products or to be able to create new retail locations. Now, Walmart is the master of this. 80% of what Walmart actually puts on their shelves, they're using good debt to buy. They're actually going out and getting credit lines with Bounty. They're buying those paper towels on their credit line. You're buying those paper towels from them. Then what they're doing is taking your money and using it to pay off that debt. This is what they do with 80% of what they put on their shelves. Then they keep their cash to expand into other locations. It's why Walmart has 10,000 plus locations around the world, and they're the number one retailer in the world because they're strategically using OPM, other people's money, through good debt to actually be able to come in, buy the things they can buy, like stocking all their shelves, then using their cash for expansion. And here's the great news. You don't have to be an Apple, an Amazon, or a Walmart of the world to take advantage of this benefit. It's about knowing the difference between bad debt and avoiding debt that will work against you, and looking into good debt, the debt that provides additional benefits and that gives you the leverage, the ability to take advantage of opportunities. If you do this by stocking up on business credit and especially credit lines, then you are positioned to be able to have exponential growth in your company by taking on on good debt and using it to take advantage of opportunities. You want to access 27 killer ways to finance your business? Make sure you check out the link in our description and bio. And if you'd like help with getting business credit, financing, and improving your fundability, that's what we do at Credit Suite. So make sure you go to creditsuite.com/consult to get your free finance assessment. If you got value for this training, make sure you like and subscribe and keep your eye out for our next training where we talk about more cool ways to get the money you need to start and grow your business.